from the general talk, we've met the definition we've gone from you guys when you say friends. It's like people that you meet, guys that you feel like you like their vibe and everything. But each of us has close friends, right? Mm-hmm. So I would like to ask, like, do you have like a religion criteria that if you want to be my close friend,
that's
Christian,
actually the first thing on my mind.
If the person is a Mormon or a Muslim, but he's generally pause. If he's a Mormon, a Muslim, or even an atheist, but he's a good person overall. Like he's not a crack addict or something like that. He's financially responsible, very mature person. Would you still add him to your close circle of friends?
Give
or
me
would
one
you
year.
be like,
I can change
atheism?
Wow.
Allah, not for me.
But is that a general question to everyone?
Yeah.
The religion.
I went to a very intercultural school, so a lot of my close friends are either Indian or Muslim, but there's still, I don't know that religion is ever like we do talk, like everyone knows like my
your take.
My
your
stance on specific things, and some things they wouldn't even ask me because they know my stance would be, or they make jokes about me being the pastor of the group and all of that. But we're still very good friends. So, and then sometimes they even quote from the Bible. Sometimes they're giving me advice. I was like, doesn't your Bible say this actually? So, I don't know that that's a criteria for like. So I don't know. I don't like. I'm with Ivan. I don't know how you select friends. People just become your close.
But I feel like if you want to like, you're like your general like good circle. The first, I feel like for me, even if you've seen my general like very close friend of circle is what's general close friends. My circle, it needs to be first off. You have like even if you just generally. Please try to have a relationship with God. Like God has to be the center. That's been my thing with relationships, friendships. God has to be the center. Like, it needs to, you have to have, even if you're not grounded yet.
Yeah.
And it makes friendship a lot easier
You need to be equally
navigate
yoked. That's
when
the
you're
word I'm looking
when
for.
you're equally yoked
You need
with a
to be
group of friends.
equally
'Cause
yoked,
like I just thought about it and I was like the friendship that I have with those friends versus the friendships that I have with people who are Christians, it's just that much deeper with the people who have the same faith. Because even when you're having a discussion on something, they can check you, you know? Like they can be like, hey bruv, I don't think that you're honoring God in that sense.
So if someone isn't a Christian, it's a bit shallow, like that relationship.
I don't necessarily think it's shallow in that sense. I just think it's like when I say deeper, I mean.
Oh, let me repeat for the audio. You said that you and your Christian friends, you feel like we have a deeper connection. But among your atheist or Buddhist friends, like you don't know that deep connection.
It's not that I'm saying it's a shallow connection with my friends who are not Christian. I
connect on different fronts.
Yeah, but like, cause like for me, my faith is the most important thing in my life. So when you find someone who even their their faith is the most important thing to them, I don't know how to explain it, but then the connection is just different.
I think iron sharpens iron.
Yeah.
That's the best way to say it. Like if you have iron and wood, iron is getting blunt and wood is getting damaged. Like you can't have that. That just doesn't work, especially when it comes to your faith. You need to have people who are as equally yoked as you, because like if they don't sharpen you as much as you do to them, and if let's say iron and wood, let's say you're iron and they're wood, like you're going to get blunt trying to change them or trying to be friends with them because you're trying to balance. Because let's say you have a friend who is pulling you away from your faith. Like they're telling you, let's go to this party. Let's not go to church today. I mean, you'll be there next Sunday. Like that's slowly withdrawing you from spending time with Jesus or spending time reading the Bible, doing whatever you might be doing, and you're trying, and the relationship wouldn't be beneficial.
And it quenches your fire too, because like sometimes you have to like water yourself down, do not sound overly religious all the time.
Yeah, true.
So you kind of have to you subdue yourself a bit to be able to fit in.
So you said wood sharpens iron. Wow.
I said iron sharpens.
No, you said iron sharpens iron, but then you said like with the other people feel like it's like wood.
Yeah.
But what if they sharpen you
in other
financially
ways?
Skilled?
Yeah.
Isn't that also beneficial?
I'm talking about from a faith perspective.
He's close. They're your close friends, but not the same religion.
That's
so,
the point.
So you can be sharpened in financial like skills as well, or somewhere you don't feel you don't have a strong base at. So let's just say you have a Buddhist friend, right? And you yourself, you've been struggling financially on how to do this and this. And he's your close friend and he teaches you, where is he? He teaches you how
Money
to
stuff.
be financially literate
Yeah.
and all these skills. Would you say that's kind of like iron sharpening ironing? He's not
But-
sharpening,
but-
you're not sharpening each other like religiously. But
Yeah, yeah.
The
yeah, from
context
that
they're
front.
bringing towards you is the whole thing of being equally yoked. You see, my take on this personally, I won't speak for them, is if you say equally yoked, it can be in one thing or the other. If you have
Yes.
friends who are financially go well off and have financial literacy and all these things, and you're close friends with them in terms of that perspective of business, money, and all these things, there's no issue,
Yeah.
no particular issue. But when it comes to religion or Christianity and all these things, and you're trying to sharpen each other, you can't sharpen yourself with people who are going in a different direction.
Exactly. Yeah.
I think also in that example you've given about having a Buddhist friend or whoever who's financially literate and you're not, and you're trying to learn from them, even the kind of conversation you have on finances would be different, because as a believer there is the aspect of giving to God, and probably their understanding of giving to God is different from yours. So in that conversation, yes, they may teach you on some things of investment and planning and saving and all that, but I believe with as someone who you share the same faith, you sort of have an understanding of even how finances affect your spiritual life. So that conversation becomes more edified or richer. It's not that you can have deeper, yes, you'll have deeper conversations about saving, but then there are other things that you probably won't talk about because they don't relate
On
with
that
them
level.
on that.
Like there's no eternal, like I have no offense to like friends that you connect with on like for finances or real estate or whatever. This is the eternal value of those things are, to be fair, like there's no eternal value to those things. Those things are all like it ends after
a
death.
house would be nice for this.
No, but it's eternal. I can always. All right, so the one I have is stress, fear of failure, and a tiny ounce of depression. Just a tiny ounce.
Tiny one. It's not that big.
We already spoke about mental health, so I guess
cherry on
won't-
top.
Stress,
yeah.
fear, failure.
So stress and fear of failure.
Okay.
That's good.
Yeah.
That's good.
Let me just talk on fear of failure.
You know the feeling.
Yeah, I
Same,
know the
same,
feeling.
same.
Yeah. Whoa. I feel like, okay, personally, most of things that teenagers do is to make their parents happy and to gain a bit of like freedom. Because if you pass exams, you
Your
can
parents are
go
gassed.
out. You go
Yeah,
out.
yeah, you
it's
do your
fine.
thing.
You don't pass exams, you're staying your whole of December reading, and it's like, and you're seeing people's story and you're like, wait.
Hey, they were here.
Okay.
Okay.
Then they text you, man, it was so fun. And you're like, yeah, okay.
We didn't have stories in my day.
Oh, yeah.
When it was in the 1870s.
But like, I feel like so many times you're so scared. Oh, you're so scared of failing that you don't focus on other things that are important. Like you can be so focused on passing exams, but you also need to focus on other things. You need to focus on your relationship with God. You need to focus with your relationship with your family, your friends, your health. It's not only education. And if you don't, I mean, okay, some people don't fail. Okay, yeah.
That's not true.
Failure is a part of.
Okay, yeah.
But I feel like
There's something she has mentioned about her parents.
Not her
No,
parents.
it was-
No, not that. We're not throwing shit to your parents. We're not throwing shit to your parents. But do you feel like even our parents overall, there's this culture of that's created like in Kenya or even I won't say the world because I don't know in China or Australia, but we can assume. But there's this culture of that
You don't.
when you fail,
Uh-huh.
like
You're a failure. If you
what's the word
fail,
for it? There's no room for failure basically. Like if you fail, like there's this label you put on top of you and all that. Like there's no room to be like, okay, you failed on this, but that attitude of it's not the end of the world.
It's never that deep.
Let's try something else. Let's
Yeah.
do this and this. Oh, you failed your math test. Don't worry, it's okay. We'll
It's
do
okay.
this. We'll
That's
get
cool.
a tutor and all this.
Yeah.
Do you feel like our culture creates like a safe space for.
I think it's
No.
trying.
I mean, okay.
There's some level. Okay, I put like a 5%. Right? Is these? It's not a big like very. Like a massive percentage of it, because like our society has built this type of rhetoric, especially maybe our parents. Not I wouldn't say like I'm not chatting to all our parents, but like there's this huge culture and rhetoric built of if you fail, then you're a failure. Like as if you don't become a doctor, you have failed life. As in, it's kind of so stressful. Like let's say you decided I wanna be a videographer or something like that, and your parents have this dead set rule on what you want to do, and they're like, "Yo, you're not a doctor." Sorry,
You're not my child.
You're not my child. You're not my child.
What?
Because even Paulette told us. Yeah, Paulette. Yeah. I remember she told us about how after she did, what was she doing? Law. I don't know what she was doing. She was doing this course which cost her parents so much money. And then at the end, she was like, I think I want to become a pastor. Her whole family did an intervention for her. Like, honestly.
Fair enough. Financially speaking.
Yeah, so it's kind of...
The Holy Spirit has entered the wrong person.
So yeah, I think the whole thing of our parents, they've not really created us at the moment a safe space to really grow, because first off, failure is a part of life. Failure is actually on the route to success. If you don't fail,
You don't fail,
you
won't learn.
can't exactly. Failure is a part. Take the L and learn.
And like,
like
that's tough, but next time,
next time you got this. I feel like we should embrace a whole society of failure is part of success.
Yeah,
and
and-
just try to understand that even if you fail, that's cool, because if you at least try to learn from where you failed, do a correction here and there, that maths, Sokoto, you'll be fine.
I learned that recently. And I was
thought-
like, no, listen. I was told, like, okay, we have been learning it, but I haven't been learning it. Do you get? Then when I hear it's gonna be in the exam, I'm like, what? I thought it was going to do with soccer or something. I was like, what's going on?
That's maths.
Yeah.
It's maths.
But like, I feel like one thing that parents need to stop doing is comparing their kids. Please don't. Like, genuinely,
Can't you just be more like your brother?
like,
First off,
But sometimes you do need to be more like your brother.
in some aspects, the thing is, yeah. Let's say someone came.
yeah.
Let's say, do you guys have any of you guys have kids here? Okay, let's say one of your parents. Let's say your mom. Like she pulled you up on stage, and then she pulled you and your sister, and she was like, "I want you guys to help me compare these two children." First off, I've realized God has never called anything, any creation apart from human beings, as a masterpiece. Like literally, he literally calls us masterpieces. So you're comparing one masterpiece to another. There should be no comparison there. And I feel like the whole thing of comparing one child to another is what's killing children's confidence, because they feel like they'll never amount to anything unless, like, they'll try so much, but then it doesn't matter because their older brother or sister is already doing this or has already done that before. So there's no... Your child is a masterpiece on their own.
And one thing,
Honestly.
like, some parents show away their kids, and it's like really sad.
Show away.
Shoot, like,
Show.
go.
way.
Like, no, not
Shoe fly.
today. Yeah, like,
Don't bother me.
And like, sometimes, I can be talking to my parents, and they're like, Then I'm like, oh, so I can go tomorrow just to annoy them. And then they're like, what? I'm like, but you just said,
But you just said, yeah.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So you see, I feel like parents need to focus. Focus on their kids sometimes and give them more
Attention
time
and-
attention. And like,
I mean, you
not-
made me. You might as well just...
yeah.
you might
But
as
do you
well
feel like
just-
sometimes the comparison can bring about a healthy competition?
Depends on
Healthy
the
competition is
mentality.
different.
Yeah.
Because
So it's not. I don't think it's comparing to tear them down. I don't think that's what any parent wants to do to their
obviously
child.
not, but
That's not what how the
can be a
child is
result.
thinking.
Yeah, it can be a result of you doing it. Like a kid might be like, "Oh, I'm not
Oh,
the
I'm not.
competitive type," and
Exactly.
you've just done this, and so yeah, I'm worth less than
Then you
my
can tell
guys.
someone
Yeah.
you should
Or
eat
brother.
less, and they stop eating. Like it
Or your
doesn't.
answer would be
yeah.
like, hey, you added weight. Like, really?
And most,
Oh, you've
and
lost weight,
most,
like,
most comments that parents give out, or at least my parents give out, is that they're not trying to compare you with them or throw that comparison, but it comes off as a backhanded compliment. Like, I don't want you to be like this guy, but
you know,
it's
you should try to
so
be
it comes
like
off as
him.
backhanded, like indirectly. I'm not insulting you directly. I'm insulting you indirectly.
But so that we slow down on this hate on parents, because
No,
y'all
we
have
love you
been
guys
on
so
it
much.
for
We love you,
a
parents, so
minute.
much. Honestly, like, we love you. We really love you guys. Like, you guys are amazing. Thank you so much
to be
for
honest,
everything.
even on us as the kids and just generally people, we have this thing where our parents may not even explicitly say you need to pass every exam, you need to do all these things, you
Yes,
need to
but
succeed
there's
in
that
life. But
pressure.
you yourself, you're just like, for me to amount to anything, I need to
need
do
to.
this. I
And
need
you
to
kind of
pass.
want
I
to
need
make
to-
them proud.
I mean, yeah, but in
It's
the
not like
event
you've
to the
directly
point where
said
you're
it, but
stressing
every
yourself
single
when you're going
time,
through.
it's like, if I don't pass, there's this look that you may give me, or this
Exactly.
pressure that I may feel. It's low. I can't. It's not out there in the open, but it's so behind the scenes, and it's only something that I'm experiencing because maybe there's a look that you gave me, or like a sneer that you made, or you looked at my whatever, you're like, what?
Yeah, I can be a perfectionist too, and I think part of the reason is the absolute fear of failure. But someone told me, like, the sooner you teach yourself to fail and get back up, the better it is for your mental health anyways. So like, learn that failure, like, because when you fail, when you teach yourself to fail, you learn, oh wait, I actually didn't die. And then the next time you're like, okay, I've gone through this before and I managed to get myself back up, so it's fine.